In this lab, this is Amsti 2.2. We're going to be comparing the densities of different substances. You can see I have 4 different blocks right here. This is a white plastic. This is clear plastic. This is our silver metal. And then this one right here is wax. So, on your chart, I have them written down: white, clear, silver, and wax. Okay, we're going to be calculating the length, width, and height, and the volume and the mass of each one of our blocks. And then we're going to calculate the density. So we're going to start by doing length, width, and height, and then we have to multiply those together to get the volume. And then I will weigh it to get the mass, and then we will calculate the density. So let's start with just our white plastic block. Okay, looks like length is 5 centimeters. The width is also 5 centimeters. And then the height is 2 centimeters. Okay, so now we're going to multiply 5 times 5 times 2. So 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 2 is 50. So this is going to be 50 centimeters cubed. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the mass. I'm going to weigh it on my scales. The mass is 48.8 grams. So 48.8 grams. And we'll calculate the density in just a little bit. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is my clear block. So we're going to do length, which is 5 centimeters. Width is 2 centimeters. And then the height is also 2 centimeters. Okay, we'll calculate the volume, length times width times height. We got 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20. So it's going to be 20 centimeters cubed. Okay, and I'm going to measure the mass. It's 24.2 grams. Okay. Next, I'm going to do the silver block. The length is 4 centimeters. Width is 2 centimeters. And the height is 1 centimeter. Okay, 4 times 2 times 1 is going to be 8 centimeters cubed for the volume. Okay, we're going to weigh it. It is 21.8 grams. Okay, and the last one we're going to do is the wax block. And I know it looks very similar to the white plastic, but the wax, you can tell it has like markings in it, and if you see it up close, it's very, very obvious that it's wax. Okay, so let's measure length, which is 5 centimeters. Width is about 4.8 centimeters. And then the height is 1.9 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to multiply these together. So I've got 5 times 4.8 times 1.9. 45.6 centimeters cubed. And now I'm going to get the mass. The mass is 41.9 grams. Okay. Now, I'm going to calculate the density of each one of our cubes by taking the mass and dividing by the volume. The first one on the white is 48.8 divided by 50. So it's 0.976. The clear block, 24.2 divided by 20, and we get 1.21. Then the silver block, 21.8 divided by 8, 2.7, or 2.73 if you round. Okay, and then the wax block, 41.9 divided by 45.6, and you get 0.92. Okay, so that's our numbers. And our questions, after we fill in our table or chart. Number 2 says, are the densities of the different substances the same or different? We've all calculated them and they are all different. And it says, number 3, how could this information be used to identify the substance from what the object is made? Okay, so here's our chart right here with all of our numbers. So these are the densities right here. Remember I said the density is specific to whatever material that substance is made out of. So wax is always going to be at 0.92. And it doesn't matter, you know, how much wax you have, it's always going to have a density of 0.92. So that is the answer. Number 3 is, remember, density is a characteristic property, and characteristic properties can be used to identify a substance. Okay? All right. Just let me know if you have any questions.